Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about yet another project that recently got listed on Coinbase, and this project is called PolySwarm or the NCT token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website polyswarm.io in order to learn more about this project, right? So for the purpose of this video, we're going to rely on the information present on CoinMarketCap's page for this token along with the information present on their website. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is PolySwarm? PolySwarm is a cybersecurity company that helps users, enterprises, and corporate security teams detect and gather intelligence on new and emerging malware. So, when it comes to the crypto space, we currently don't have a decentralized, cyber security company or an organization or a DApp that enables users' information or any form of malware to not be present on the crypto space. But that's where PolySwarm comes into play, right? PolySwarm aims to be this cyber security company that helps users, enterprises, as well as corporate security teams detect and gather intelligence on new and emerging malware. So if you have a new malware that you have identified, chances are that PolySwarm is already working on that malware in the crypto space in order to kind of like identify and gather information from it, right? So PolySwarm's crowdsources competing security software from antivirus companies and specialized security experts to expand large enterprises coverage and protection against cyber threats. So how do they do this one? So they basically try to crowdsource competing security softwares from antivirus companies. So they do this by crowdsourcing, which means they basically get to experience these softwares from antivirus companies and enable them to be used for the coverage and protection against cyber threats of the crypto space, right? That's basically how they do that. Suppliers are economically rewarded based on accuracy with PolySwarm's token Nectar or NCT facilitated on the Ethereum blockchain. So this project is actually on the Ethereum blockchain, and when they crowdsource from big companies, you may wonder what's the gain for the big companies in this. So why are the companies actually giving out their softwares without any monetary benefits? In fact, there is a monetary benefit which PolySwarm actually provides, and this is in the form of their own native token called Nectar or the NCT token, which is economically rewarded to these companies from whom PolySwarm is crowdsourcing these softwares, right? And this is all happening on the Ethereum blockchain, and the NCT token is by default an ERC20 token. So that's basically the quick overview of what NCT token is and what the PolySwarm platform is and what it does. So let's go to their website itself to gather some more information, right? So right off the bat, if you see here, they have a pretty simple website, and they're basically stating that their mainnet is live. And if you want to understand what their mainnet does and how it's different from what they've done so far in the testnet, you can click on the what is mainnet button to learn more about this. So detect and respond to new and emerging malware faster. So if you want to detect and basically respond to any new and emerging malware, you can do that fastly by using PolySwarm's services, right? PolySwarm is a launchpad for new technologies and innovative threat detection methods that compete to protect you in real time. So they do also offer launchpad services as well, along with detecting and kind of like resolving and protecting you in real time from malwares, right? So we bring them together to help you better detect and respond to emerging threats, and the ones that are more likely to go undetected by existing solutions. So you are most likely to not observe some of the existing threats already, and that's basically where PolySwarm comes into play, and they're trying to help you detect and respond to emerging threats as well, right? So these are some of the benefits which they have: specialized engines to protect against new threats, contextual threat scoring to make faster, more accurate defensive decisions at scale, performance based compensation for engines to reduce false positives. So they are having steps in checks and balances in place to ensure that any false positives are removed, and they do that in a very efficient manner. So you can click this try it out button now to try it out, right? So this is basically their user interface. It has a pretty cool user interface where you can drag and drop files, or let's say NFTs or any form of ideas that you're planning to upload in the blockchain, and you can basically check for any form of existing or emerging threats, right? And specialized engines to protect against the latest threats. So they are talking about the specialized engine that they have, and if you see, they have a graph that shows distribution of malware. So emergent malware are specialized engines operate on the edges. So these are specialized engines that that are required to find the emerging malware, which is a very hard task by default. And the most of the malware are in existence are common malware, which commercial engines operate in the middle. So they don't necessarily use specialized engines for common malware because it is definitely expensive and not very efficient. So they use the commercial engines to identify and operate on common malwares, but when it comes to emergent malwares, they use specialized engines, right? So you can read more about that here, which I'm going to skip. So if you want to be a contributor, you can do that, or if you want to develop an engine, you can do that here as well by clicking on this button. So if you scroll below, you can clearly see that they offer contextual threat scoring to enable SOC automation. Again, these are all technical terms which I suggest you guys to read through yourself and make faster, more accurate defensive decisions at scale, right? So more information about them here. So if you see here, they are also featured in several crypto news media outlets, including Cointelegraph, SC Magazine, TNW, The Next Web, and so on and so forth, right? So performance based compensation to improve accuracy. So this is basically where they talk about how a company with a service that can potentially offer their service to PolySwarm can benefit by using incentivized information sharing feature, where they share their software with PolySwarm, and PolySwarm provides them with the NCT tokens depending on the quality of the software that they're providing, right? So if you see, engine A is +5, engine B is -3, engine C is -2, and engine D is nothing. So they basically have a structure on how efficient operators can earn more, whereas inefficient operators or engines will earn less or little nothing, right? And if you scroll below, feeds with unique and first seen samples. So these are all a little bit more technical information that I'm not going to go into because it's beyond the scope of this video. But when it comes to engines, you can clearly see that they have other means by which you can identify and target malicious malware through these tags. So they have information on what tag a particular entry is. Let's say, for example, if you see here, they have even bought Trojan PDF APK. So it provides information on whether it's a Trojan or a any form of a worm or other malwares, right? So if you see integration partners, they are integrated with these partners. So none of them are very familiar to me, but if you have any familiarity with these projects, you can obviously verify it yourself from the project's websites as well, right? So I'm going to scroll below. So threats come from all angles, so your protection should do. And if you see, they have their other user interface image here that they provide with a polyscore, which again provides information on whether it's a big threat or a small threat, and how much action you can take. And here they have metadata searching features available as well, a little bit more technical. And here they have more flow charts that show how the security and AOC automation works which is again a little bit beyond the scope of this video. Custom malware feeds as well are available. And if you want to find more information, you can go to their latest blog posts and you can understand what else they're doing recently. And if you scroll to the bottom, you have the social media information along with their docs, marketplace, teams and careers, and other information, along with the subscription email slot as well, where you can become a subscriber to their news updates, right? So apart from that, everything else seems to be good. It's a little bit more technical for a regular user or a regular crypto investors, so they could have made it a little bit more easier to understand, but it seems like they presented all the raw facts as it is, right? So let's go to the CoinMarketCap page for this token and see how this token is performing when it comes to numbers. So this token is currently ranked 361st by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and is currently ranked at currently trading at 9 cents, 9.3 cents per token at the time I'm making this video, with about 12.25% decrease in the past 24 hours, right? If you see the market cap, it has a pretty good market cap of slightly less than $150 million in market cap, currently at $144 million. The market cap is shrinking, and I believe after the Coinbase listing, this token obviously has been dumping, and it is in the dumping phase right now, right? So if you look at the max supply itself, the max supply is close to 2 billion tokens, which is not really my type of token. I would like to have the tokens max supply to be at least somewhere between 100 million or less than 100 million tokens, but it is 1.8 billion, which is quite high. But if you see, the circulating supply is pretty much 1.55 billion, so 82% of the tokens are already in circulation. So when it comes to token based price slumping, this token is definitely not going to face a lot of slumping of price, because about 82% of the tokens are already in circulation, which means this token is not going to face any more dumping pressure, because there's just less than 20% of the tokens in circulation, circulating supply that needs to be circulated in the future in order for this to be a 100% circulating supply token, which will definitely be the best case scenario. But I think even now, with this current circulating supply, it's still quite good. So therefore, there's not a lot of risk of new investors or new tokens getting dumped into the market relentlessly that is so significant that the price goes down, right? So that from that angle, I think this token is definitely on a good side. So I'm not really a big fan of the max supply part, but I'm definitely happy that despite the max supply being quite bad, I think the token has some feature where at least a majority of the tokens are in circulation, which prevents relentless dumping from the teams, right? So when you scroll below, you can clearly see that the charts are showing some positive image. In fact, the token has been quite flat for a very long time, and until recently, this token has literally done absolutely nothing, right? So initially, the token price as available from CoinMarketCap is again 12th of April 2018, which was when this token's price was first tracked. This token was worth less than 1 cent. It was in fact worth $0.009 per token. It then immediately dumped to a price of $0.004 per token. It remained in and around this place and even reaching as low as 0.0017 or $0.0016 per token, sometimes even $0.0014 per token throughout its existence until 2021, early 2021 in fact, when this token went from $0.003 per token as of 12th of February, and then reached a new all-time highs of close to 1.4 cents per token, right? Before crashing down again to a price of 0.007 and then 0.004 and then 3 sometimes, and then it was pretty much doing the same thing that it did for most of its existence until September or October of 2021, when this token went from 0.0051 to a new all-time high of close to 3.8 cents per token. It then crashed right away and then took some breathing space, and then during the end of 2021, this token reached a new all-time highs of close to 14 cents per token. It literally shot up like straight up, and then now it's in the cooling phase, so it's kind of dumping right now, right? So this token is obviously a very, very risky token to buy because it has pretty much not performed anything at all in the last about maybe 3 years or so, 3 to 4 years or so. And now it's from nowhere pumping, and it's literally pumping to the moon, like straight up. And now it's dumping right now, right? So if you're trying to buy this token, first of all, please do your research because it is a very complicated project to understand. If you don't understand this project, I suggest not to invest in this token because it could be a worst decision of your life, especially after looking at this chart, right? So if you see, this token has one of the poorest tokenomics that I've seen, and the token is literally, the graph is literally empty, pretty much like 99% of the graph is empty. Only for the like the most recent 2 weeks or something, this token has been pumping like crazy, and now it's dumping. So if you're buying at this price point, there are also people still dumping this token, obviously because of the Coinbase listing. So don't let them dump this token on you. So please, if you are looking to buy this token, be very careful because it is a very volatile token, and the all-time high that it performed has performed, it hasn't been this high for 4 years. And now if you buy this token, you may have to wait for several years in order to even break even, right? So be very careful with that. If you do like this project and if you do want to buy this token, then I suggest you to wait because this token is going to drop down significantly. I think this token will at least set a floor price of somewhere between 2 to 1 cent per token. Okay, now it's at 9 cents. It needs to go down 9x in order for you to buy this token, because that's the only price that makes sense for this token to be bought at, right? If you're buying this token at 9 cents, you have to wait for several years to even break even. So I suggest you to hold off and wait till this token reaches 2 to 9 cents per token before you choose to buy this token, right? It's a very dangerous token. If you are looking to buy a token and not worry about it for several years, then this token is still not a good token to buy. There are several better tokens to buy. If you're looking to buy this token for quick gains, you're not going to see some quick gains until this token does something drastically high, right? I think this is a good token if you are trying to buy this token at the absolute rock bottom, which is less than 1 cent is probably going to be the absolute rock bottom. But I don't think with Coinbase listing, this token is going to go down that low anytime soon, right? So when it comes to Bitcoin comparative, again, Bitcoin comparative seems to have some life on the graph. If you see here, it was initially worth 121 satoshis per token as of 2018, but it reached, a price of 140 satoshis per token, and then reached down. It's pretty much been going on a downward trend, but it was not as flat as a dollar comparative. It reached a price of about 160 satoshis before shooting up to the little moon, reaching 300 satoshis per token, and now it's currently between 200 satoshis and 250 satoshis per token, right? Again, this is one of the worst tokens to buy with Bitcoin satoshis. If you have satoshis and if you want to invest in some other crypto, I would suggest you to buy a crypto that has a lot of potential to grow. I think this project definitely does seem to be coming back after so many years, but Coinbase choosing to list this token, which hasn't necessarily performed well, plus it doesn't really have some strong traction to it, it definitely seems suspicious. But at the same time, if you're looking to buy this token, dollar comparative will be best token, best opportunity to buy this token, right? Like Bitcoin comparative is definitely going to be a very, very risky and volatile token to hold, and I don't think you'll have a lot of trading pairs with Bitcoin comparative, right? So if you're trying to buy this token, use the dollar comparative. Bitcoin comparative is not the best opportunity to buy this token with, and if you're buying this token, please do your absolute damn good research in order to make sure that you do want to buy this token, because this token could definitely be one of the worst investments in your life. So be very careful, right? When it comes to markets itself, this token is obviously available on Coinbase. You can buy this with USD, euros, as well as USDT. You can also buy this token from Huobi Global. Since it's an ERC20 token, you can buy this token from Uniswap version 3 using wrapped Ethereum, but that's pretty much it, right? Again, you can get it from Uniswap version 2 as well, but those are some of the major exchanges that you can buy it from. And if you're looking to buy this token, you can buy it from Coinbase or Huobi Global, because that's where the majority of the liquidity is, right? So what's my final verdict on this token? I'm not a big fan of this token. I don't genuinely understand this project fully, and I don't think that the tokenomics is something that I really like. I am really, worried about the charts, because this token definitely hasn't performed well for several years until recently, and I think it's probably because of the Coinbase hype. And once the Coinbase hype has died down, this token will probably go down, and maybe for a few years, I don't think this you'll hear anything about this token, or this token will literally not do anything, right? So if you have a lot of patience, and if you want to wait for a very long time to see some gains on your money, this token is probably the better token to buy. If you're trying to buy this token at this price point, you are more likely to lose your money rather than make any significant gains, right? This is just my personal opinion, guys, not financial advice, but I think this token is a very risky token, and I'm not going to touch this token, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.